Well, good morning and welcome back to another episode of Old Fiddles, New Life. Today we're going to be looking at a viola. Um, this is a viola I got, good grief, probably 20 years ago. Um, and so it's very definitely not one I'm about to go renting or giving up. I'm quite proud of it. I love the thing. Um, Back in the 1800s, there was a violin maker named Russel Flagg from Rutland, Vermont area. And by the way, I'm a native Vermonter, and this is kind of near and dear to my heart for this reason. I also knew his son. Anyway, but Russel Flagg made 150 violins and 40, what did I say, 45? I think 50 violas in his lifetime. He died in 1945, and when he died, he left one viola unfinished. And it stayed unfinished until somewhere after 1972. Russel Flagg Jr. Became the principal violist for the New Orleans Symphony Orchestra and lived on the same road I did up in Vermont, over in just north of Rutland and just south of Pittsford on Cornhill Road. He lived probably 4 or 5 miles down the road from me. And I got to know him and would go over and we would play. Actually, he would play. I would primarily listen because, you don't get to be principal violist for a symphony orchestra without knowing you having some chops. So anyway, really admired him, enjoyed getting to know him and being his friend. And ultimately, he sold me this viola that his father had left unfinished. However, in 1972, kind of doing the full circle here. In 1972, Adrian Bianju, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, he's from Romania. Had been in the Romanian Symphony Orchestra, Budapest Symphony Orchestra, something like that, before he came over here. And then when he got to America, he joined up and was part of the New Orleans Symphony Orchestra, which meant that he would have been violist alongside of or under, I don't know how you want to put it, because Russel Flagg was the principal violist. But anyway, they got to know each other that way in the New Orleans Symphony Orchestra. And I guess, I don't know, Adrian was learning violin making, and Russell turned over the incomplete instrument to Adrian Bianju. And he finished it. Poorly, but he finished it. And that's the instrument that I have. And so this, of the 50 violas that Russel Flagg made, this would be the very last, because it was finished 27 years, at least 27 years after his death. This instrument has the ticket inside of it. It fully acknowledges that Adrian was a student of Russel Flagg, the violin maker, which he wasn't. I mean, let's put it this way. He finished his instrument, but he could not have been a student of Russel Flagg, because Russel Flagg died in 1945, probably before Adrian was even born, or long before he came to America, 27 years at least. So anyway, what happened was he finished it and did a decent job of finishing the varnish. It looks like he used Russel Flagg's original varnishes. I've seen pictures of other Flagg instruments, and this instrument very definitely has the look of the other Russel Flagg violins and violas. The cool part about this one is you can tell all the things Russel Flagg did versus what Adrian Bianju did. And I'm going to show it to you here in just a minute. I love this instrument. I went on to learn how to play viola. I was already playing with violin with Maynard's old-time fiddlers And I just love the depth of tone, the CGDA. I love that depth of tone as compared to the GDAE of the violin. I just like the depth. And later on, I went on to play with the Cape Cod String Ensemble. Cape Cod Conservatory String Ensemble. Believe me, that was nothing fancy. I was just a back row violist, plugging in the parts, especially in some of the early Baroque stuff. So, I mean, anyway, I love this instrument, and let me show it to you now. This is the Russel Flagg / Adrien Bianjou viola, begun pre 1945, somewhere toward the close of his life. It was definitely the last viola he made, and then not resumed or finished up until after 1927. So a little bit of history there. Again, I love this instrument. I love the tone of it. In spite of the back, which is totally kinky, that's the part that Adrien obviously did. I have to say, Russel Flagg made some really nice instruments, and I'm proud to be the owner of one of them. So I'm gonna quit out of this right now, and we're gonna go over and take a look at the instrument. So here is the Russel Flagg Adrien Bianjou viola. This orangey brown finish is classic Flagg. It looks like, as I said, that Adrien used Russel's varnishes. And by the way, here's my take on this. Russel Flagg definitely did the top. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this top looks like a professional, decent job. I mean, it's not a Stradivari, but it ain't bad, okay? Nicely purfled, not the sharpest little points, but that's part of his pattern. And this is the work of a violin maker, somebody that has done this. And by the way, probably this was done in his old age, as he was getting toward the end of his life. But this is definitely the work of a violin maker. The scroll, I think, is his. It's very bold. It's got his own look. I like it. Let me show you the back. By the way, the back of the scroll is kind of classic viola style. I mean, I've seen this before where they come down with the fluting and they end with this little thumb tab looking thing down here. Anyway, that's the neck, scroll, and top, I think, are all original Russel Flagg. The sides, by the way, I think that he may have had the sides already cut. The side bouts are really nice, curly maple, as is all of the curly maple in this. But then you get to the back, and this is where Adrien, as a student, did his work. And I don't know if you can see this. You get this pinched waist thing going on here, and you would think it would really throw the sound off, but it's not. It really is not too bad. Well, here's your kick. The center line for the curly maple is off center. Not only is it off center, and he pegged it a little bit off center here, but you've got a whole section over here that was ruined, and I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you see it? This, but which would have taken some tricky work to get it in there. That is kind of kinky. I don't know. It's interesting. I just got to thinking about it. This back is purfled just about the same as the front. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know what to think. Somehow, I've always said that I thought Adrien did this back. I think Russel may have started it or may have done something on it, but when I look at the purfling, that kind of tells a different story. I don't know. I'm going to let you guys figure it out. I still think Adrien did the back, okay? But, the key is it didn't really make any difference on the sound. The sound is pretty good. I set it up after I got the instrument. I cut a new bridge for it. Put it. I think the sound post was already cut, but I put it into place where it needed to be. So that is the Russel Flagg viola, the last Russel Flagg viola, and I'm proud to have it. I love the instrument. It has a wonderful sound to it. To me, it sounds great. And like I said, I played it for a lot of years. Well, I don't know, probably maybe 7 or 8 years when I was with the Cape Cod Conservatory string ensemble thing. All right, let me shut this portion down, and I'm going to play it for a few minutes. I am not going to play classical, that is for sure. I'll probably play Danny Boy or something like that. So. Well, that'll be about it for Old Fiddles' New Life. I called it the wrong thing earlier. Old Violin's New Life. It's the same thing anyway. So, yeah, apologize for the playing. I haven't played my viola in many years, and kind of rusty. I miss being able to play in a group. When I played with Maynard's Old Time Fiddlers over in Rutland, Vermont, I was playing every day and frequent, once a week, with the group, playing out to different engagements. We would play some of the motels around the mountain over there, Killington. We played for a lot of nursing homes and old age centers and so forth. I mean, it was just a lot of fun playing with Maynard's Old Time Fiddlers, and I think the group is gone now. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm way out of practice with my viola, and after listening to the what I just recorded here, it doesn't do the sound justice as to how the viola actually sounds. So anyway, I leave it with you. Hope you had hope this was enjoyable. Hope you maybe learned something. And like I said, thanks for stopping by Old Fiddles' New Life. In fairness to Adrian Bianchu, I have to put this in. Adrian went on to make some pretty decent instruments, and I'm going to include at the bottom underneath my video here a link to Adrian out in California. It's apparently many years ago. He's an old man. I think at that point, I think he was retired from had to be. He was living in California. But anyway, it is a video of him playing one of his violas. at a violin shop where apparently they sold some of his violas and violins at that particular shop. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I just thought I'd give credit to where credit was due. I mean, it may be that this is the very first instrument he worked on, and finished up. So hey, I'm grateful to have it. And frankly, I kind of like the history, and it doesn't bother me. The back is solid, and I love my instruments. So I'm not gonna complain. So giving Adrian the credit that he deserves. So all right, thanks. And again, thanks for stopping by Old Fiddles New Life.